Saquon Barkley is just 87 yards away from a $250,000 payday, and now, with one coaching decision, that money may be gone before he even gets a chance to fight for it. In a league where every yard matters, the Eagles' Week 18 plan just delivered brutal financial bad news to one of the NFL's biggest stars. This is NFL SnapWire. Let's get straight into it. Saquon Barkley's 2025 season has quietly been one of efficiency, consistency, and resilience. Through 17 weeks, the All-Pro running back has piled up 1,140 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground, while adding 273 receiving yards and 2 more scores through the air. That brings his total to 1,413 combined yards, impressive numbers for any running back in today's pass-heavy NFL. But buried within that stat line is something far more personal. Barkley's contract includes a $250,000 incentive bonus that triggers if he reaches 1,500 total rushing and receiving yards. That means he needs just 87 more yards in the Eagles' regular season finale. One solid drive. One explosive run. One routine afternoon for a player of his caliber. Except now, that opportunity may never come. The Philadelphia Eagles have already locked up the NFC East title and secured their spot in the postseason. With playoff football looming, head coach Nick Sirianni has made it clear the team will prioritize health over numbers in Week 18. And that includes benching Saquon Barkley. According to Sirianni, Barkley will be rested alongside QB1 Jalen Hurts when the Eagles face the Washington Commanders in the final regular season game. The reasoning is straightforward: minimize injury risk, protect star players, and enter the playoffs as fresh as possible. From a football standpoint, it makes sense. From Barkley's perspective, it's devastating. Those missing 87 yards now represent real money, $250,000, slipping away because of circumstances completely outside his control. Barkley didn't miss games chasing the incentive. He didn't underperform. He didn't coast late in the season. He simply ran out of chances. This decision reignites a long-running debate across the NFL. Should teams adjust incentives when players are benched for strategic reasons? The Eagles actually have precedent here. Last season, Philadelphia made headlines when they adjusted defensive end Josh Sweat's sack incentive after he narrowly missed the mark due to reduced snaps. The team chose to honor the spirit of the contract rather than the technicality, and Sweat still received his bonus. That history gives Barkley hope. The Eagles are under no obligation to change the terms, but they can. And many around the league believe they should. Barkley did everything asked of him, contributed heavily to a championship-caliber roster, and remains one of the most respected veterans in the locker room. It's also worth remembering how Barkley arrived here. After spending the first 6 seasons of his career with the New York Giants, Barkley made the bold move in March 2024, signing a 3-year, $37.75 million deal with a division rival. The decision raised eyebrows across the league, especially among Giants fans who once viewed him as the face of the franchise. But Barkley didn't just validate the move, he elevated it. Last season, he exploded for 2,005 rushing yards and 13 touchdowns, powering the Eagles to a Super Bowl run and ultimately hoisting the Super Bowl 59 trophy. It was a career-defining year that silenced critics and re-established him as one of the league's elite backs. This season wasn't about proving doubters wrong. It was about sustaining excellence, and Barkley did exactly that. Which is why this incentive situation stings even more. While fans debate whether Sirianni's call is smart football or cold business, Barkley has remained professional, saying all the right things publicly and supporting his teammates heading into the postseason. That professionalism also showed up this week in an unexpected way. Despite not seeing meaningful game action this season, Eagles linebacker Chance Campbell received glowing praise from Barkley. Campbell, originally drafted by the Tennessee Titans in 2022, joined Philadelphia in August 2025. Although he was waived during final roster cuts and re-signed to the practice squad, Barkley called him one of the best scout team players on the entire roster. That kind of endorsement speaks volumes. It highlights Barkley's leadership, his respect for the grind, and his appreciation for players who do the unseen work behind the scenes, even while dealing with his own frustrations. As for the Eagles, their regular season finale against the Commanders will kick off Sunday at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. With starters resting, the focus shifts from results to readiness, from wins to health. The bigger question now isn't whether Philadelphia can end the regular season on a high note. It's whether they'll do right by one of the cornerstones of their championship window. Will the Eagles quietly adjust the incentive and make Barkley whole? Or will those missing 87 yards become one of the most expensive benchings of the 2025 season? Either way, the decision will be watched closely, not just by fans, but by players across the league who know how thin the line can be between reward and regret. For more breaking NFL stories, contract drama, and everything shaping the playoff picture, keep it locked right here on NFL SnapWire, and we'll see you next time.